So now we're going from short to long, which means we are knitting across to our wrap and turns, but it also means we're going to hide each wrap before we make our next wrap. So I've changed colors. Hope you can see it enough, but it's not terribly contrasting. And I've worked to my first wrap and turn. So in this case, for my little sample, I'm going 4 stitches and then a wrap and turn. So just like we wrapped on the purl side, we're going to leave our yarn where it was. We're going to move the stitch first, then we're going to move the yarn, we're going to move the stitch back, and finally we're going to move the yarn. And of course the T in WNT stands for turn. And we'll go ahead and purl back. But now this time, when we go to our next wrap, we're going to hide the previous wrap. Now there's my loosey-goosey first stitch, but that's okay because I can just give a little tug to that tail and tighten that guy up, and all is right with the world. Okay, so in this little sample I am going to knit 8 stitches and then do a wrap and turn. But as I pass the previous wrap, I have to hide it. So it's particularly easy to see them when you change colors, but you still want to slow yourself down and make sure that you're not buzzing right past it. So there it is, there's that wrap and turn. So to hide the wrap and turn on the knit side, we're going to take the tip of our right needle and we're going to insert it bottom to top into the wrap, and then we're going to enter the stitch. So we're entering the stitch just the way we always do when we knit, and we're going to knit the stitch together with the wrap, and we've hid that wrap. Now remember, if that is the first of the next 4 stitches, so don't lose count there. If the pattern says work 8 stitches, I have now worked 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and the 5th was the wrap stitch, so there's 5, 6, 7, 8, and we'll do another wrap and turn, which we know pretty well by now, is we're going to move the yarn first, the stitch first, then the yarn, put the stitch back, finally complete our wrap, and turn it around. So let's look at hiding that wrap one more time. We're going to purl across the stitches we just worked. And then we'll turn, and this time we're going to work 12 stitches. And of course we will hide the wrap as we come to it. And I just want to show you what happens if you have trouble hiding the wrap in one move. So this time I'm gonna pretend I have trouble and show you that it's not the end of the world. So here I'm going to work 12 stitches and do a wrap and turn, but of course as I pass a previous wrapped stitch, there it is, I need to remember to hide the wrap. So there's that wrap stitch. So I just want to show you, if you insert the tip of your right needle bottom to top into the wrap and then go into the stitch, if you have trouble pulling the yarn through both the wrap and the stitch, and this happens, you only get it through the stitch, and there's the wrap still there, don't fret, because you're going to grab the wrap and pass it over, sort of like a bind off. And then you will continue on your merry way. So I've done 2, 4, 6, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and I would wrap my next stitch. And that's how you're going to go from short to long, and you're going to fill in that space with your other color. And as the name of the pattern implies, actually doesn't imply it, it says it outright, that's why it's called the two-faced shell. I'm Patty Lyons, and I hope this tutorial was helpful.